Yeah, I know. The market absolutely sucks this week. Everything is in the red. But you know what? I found a couple opportunities this week and still made some money. So I want to show you exactly what I did and how I'm using Robinhood to invest into my ETF income dividend plan. Before we get into this video, I need to remind you that I am not a financial advisor. Trading involves risk. Please do your own education, do your own research. You can lose all of your money by trading. None of what you're watching is for financial advice. It is purely for entertainment. Go out and do your own research. This is just what I am doing for my retirement income. Going on this, I want to apologize for the background. You'll see that there is a pile of cables there for a very good reason. I actually did a Facebook and Instagram reel regarding some cables and a Gen X thing. It's actually pretty funny. So I'm going to put it at the end of this video. So stick around at the end. You'll absolutely love it. I didn't do it as a short on YouTube just because I've refocused everything, but pretty good. For all you people that collect cables, you will greatly appreciate it. Definitely. So when I get into, if you've watched previous video over here from the last week, I have a Robinhood account that I have cash in that I am using to actively trade. And when I actively trade, half of everything I make off of those trades, I am rolling back into my dividend income. So that way I am increasing the amount of shares that I have to increase my dividend income without taking my regular income to put it in there. So I've only really been able to do it since last Friday when I made a change and sold a bunch of CrowdStrike. I lost a bunch on it, but you know what? I'm making it back. And I'm going to make it back very quickly. I have absolutely no doubt. So I want to show you two really good trades that I had this week. The first one was with Riot, and then the second one was with uvxy. One of the things that I do every morning is I will go into the market. I'll look and see exactly what's going on. My absolutely favorite setup is when something has popped and the market hasn't opened yet, but it's higher than where it closed. Because I know that it's going to continue to go up a little bit, and then when the market opens, it's going to drop back down. And when it drops back down, that is all of those institutions taking profit. And so I wait. And I wait for it to go back up and then start to trend back up, and that's when I get into it. My goal is always at least 1%. I've actually sort of adjusted that. My goal is $100 on every trade, which is about 1.25, 1.3% of every trade. I want to be getting at least $100. However, if it's strong, I'm going to hold on for a little bit more and then duplicate that just over and over and over again. So another key thing with all of this is you got to stay flexible. Just because I target a couple that I want to go after, there may be other opportunities. And that's what happened with uvxy, because I thought a lot of things were going to happen on other positions or other stocks. And I decided, you know what, uvxy is a lot more promising. However, I did pick Riot and also Mara. I was watching both of those, but Riot seemed to have the best kind of setup. So I'm going to walk you through each of these trades to show you exactly what I did. So we're going to jump right into this. Let me turn the screen on for you. All right, so here we have the market isn't open yet. This is on the 5 minute. This is on the 18th, so that is a Monday. So as you can see, it was popping right before the open of the market, and that's what I'd love to see. I'd love to see it starting to pop. And then, whoops, there we go. So there we go. Sure enough, the market opened up and it just took off. Absolutely took off. This is one of those things that you need to wait. Be patient, because what's happening is all the institutions are running this up and then they're going to sell and it's going to crash. And you can see it started to go down and then it settled in. So now we started to get kind of a high base. You can see it did drop back down. If you had chased it way at the top, way up here, it would have gone back down. You would have panic sold and it would have gone back up. So I wait until it's actually in some sort of pattern or momentum. So then it did it again. It took off again. Sat back, relaxed, waiting on the 5 minutes to see exactly what it's going to do. it took off again. So now we're sitting at, what is that? 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So we're 955. We'll still wait a little bit longer because of the fact this is taking off. I don't want to chase it. I hate chasing because every time I chase, it drops right back down. Sure enough, it's starting to go back down again. So I know it's going to test. This is the 9 EMA, the exponential moving average. This is a 9. This is what I use. So I'm waiting for it to come back and test this 9 EMA. Sure enough, it's starting to come back down, and it's going to test it. That's its level of support. A lot of times it is the resistance, but a lot of times it's also support. So that's why I'm making sure that it has support on that 9 EMA. Went down, kind of touched it, so now we're hopping back up a little bit. So decent candle, but still not perfect. So let's switch to the 1. So now I wanted to switch to the 1 to see exactly what was going on with this whole thing. So switch the 1 and see how it's riding this 9 EMA, but it is under the 9 EMA. So I am not confident to jump in this yet. You can see right there, it's actually below the 9 EMA. So we're going to watch it. We're going to go per minute on this. We're still below the 9 EMA. It wanted to pop up a little bit, but just not doing it. We got to wait until we're confident it's going to go up. Watch this RSI down here too. You can see the average, the price average is below the SMA underneath here. So we want that to cross. We want it to be higher. Still going down. I'm not jumping in it. If you'd been watching on the 5, you might have jumped in. Okay. Well, it's starting to get a little bit of positive movement here. We're sitting right at the 9. And it jumped up, came right back down. So we're still testing it. And then boom, it popped. Look at that huge pop there. So that's a good, strong candle. So you know we've got some momentum now. So I got in at $11.52, $11.52. Here's my $1 goal at $11.68, $100 goal. And then we'll just kind of move forward. A little bit of drop. I'm okay with that. We're in the money. Still going. We're doing good. That typically happens about after 3 or 4 candles. I'm not worried about it. Okay, if it comes back and tests this 9 EMA, I'm okay. We're good. A little bit of a high base there. Still moving a little bit. Still moving. Again, see, we're testing. We are testing this. Look at that. See that resistance? Right across there. We're testing the resistance on this. If it breaks this resistance, we know it's going to take off. Still testing it. And boom, look at that. It broke and took off. So we're actually at 1170. So we've hit the $100 goal. I decided with this strength, I'm just going to ride it out a little bit more. We've just broken over the 70 here on the RSI. So I'm still kind of confident in this. So I'll ride it for a little bit longer. Still going. So pretty decent. And boom, I was like, okay, I'm done. I was like, okay, I am out on this one. We're going to go and get out at 1180. So pretty decent trade. I was pretty excited about that. It went straight up. And I will tell you that not every trade I do does that. And you're going to see that with uvxy. But I was very excited about this one. And I'll show you exactly what we got off of it. Before I do that, though, I want to get into uvxy. uvxy is the one that it's for the VIX. You can't actually trade the VIX, but uvxy does. So I love it whenever the market's volatile and nothing else is going on. I always look at the uvxy because a lot of times I've gotten so many plays off of it. So I was watching it, and it actually started to do some other things. And it was actually after the market opened that I really decided, okay, this was the play. So you got to be flexible. You've got to move to when opportunities come up. So let's take a look at uvxy. This one's a little bit longer, but we'll move quickly through it. So here we are at the beginning of the market, really kind of flat, not really doing anything going into the beginning of the market. Beginning of the market, it popped. It's like, okay. And everything was in red. You guys know, and this is on the 20th, by the way. So this is on Wednesday, yesterday. Everything was in the red. So if everything's in the red, there's almost always a play in the uvxy. Went down, tested the EMA, went way below the EMA, but came up a little bit. So you can see, popped a little bit, came down, and then came right back up. So now we're waiting for a confirmation for this thing to take off. You can see right here, we're right at the 50. That's a great spot to be. It is above and heading up. And sure enough, boom, we got that great confirmation there. Look at that, just took off. But did I get in yet? No, we didn't. We popped over to the 1 minute again. Okay, so I was on the 5 earlier. Let's go back. So I'm on the 5. When it does this, I just want to make sure that we have good momentum before I get in. So sure enough, let's head back over to 1. And you can see we got this testing this resistance here, okay? Went up once, went up again. So we want to make sure we still have some upward movement on this. Yeah, I guess that's where I get in. So that's where it pops. So I did get in at $13.59. Again, that $100 goal at $11.79. So let's move forward a little bit. Took off again. This is another one that was just moving so strong and so quickly. When it does that sometimes, you've usually got a really good trade. Came back down. You know what? I'll let it test that 9 EMA. It didn't even test it. It kept going. Hit the goal at 1381. I was like, you know what? This is just like the riot where it just had that strong momentum. So we're going to hold on to it and ride it a little bit more. Sure enough, 1388. It's like, does this still have some legs on it? So let's let it go. Came back down again, which it was kind of a topping out. Now we're starting to form a high base. Then we came back down and tested the 9 EMA. I was like, okay, cool. That's good. Test it. Make sure you're strong. Still testing it. Still good. We're looking good. Ooh. It dropped down. Decided to drop down on me. Broke it. So a little bit of twinge on that. A little bit of panic. But you know what? I'm okay with this good movement. We're good. There's nothing else news-wise that could have affected it. So as far as I was concerned, we were still good. Still kind of settle out here. And you can see that it's starting to test. Look at this. It is testing this former resistance, and this is now becoming a support. See that? Look at that. Dip down a little bit. It is testing that support. We get that support level. So good tap on it. And then sure enough, look at that. Took off again. I'm feeling a lot better. If it had dropped below that support, I would have been a little bit concerned, but we were doing okay. Took off again. I was very excited. Kept going. A real strong candle there where it closed. Dropped down a little bit. Test EMA. I'm okay with that. And then boom, took off again. That strong candle. A little bit of a doji there. Test the 9 EMA. We're good. Still testing it. See, we've got that new support here. That new support coming across here. Still going. And boom, I was out. I got out at 1398. That trade, I do this all the time, where I'll get in and it'll go down, up and down, and there's little twinges like, oh no, I'm going to lose everything. I'm never going to lose everything. Knock on wood. Now it's not going to happen tomorrow. Thanks. But definitely very good trades. Very happy with both of those. So let's talk a little bit as far as the numbers on that. And again, on the numbers on that. So let's jump over here. Okay, so with Riot, we were in at 1152, out at 1180, a gain of 181.58. Awesome. More than 1%. It was 2.43% gain. Happy about that. And then UVXY again, 1359, out 1398, gain 217.59. Sweet. 288, well above my 1%. And as you know, I take 50%, I roll it back into my trading. The other 50% I'm throwing into the dividend income ETFs. So invested 90.50 on the 18th and 108 on the 20th. Gave me a total of 5.32 shares. And that's it. That's exactly how I'm using Robinhood and my trading account to fund my income dividend ETFs. So hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy this short on cables, Gen X hacks. You're going to love it. Hope to see you on tomorrow's video. Bye.
Who is that just texted us?
Oh, I think it was your sister. Hang on. Yeah, it says she needs some sort of 12-foot cable cord.
Cable cord, like a TV cable cord? What does it look like?
It looks like that.
Cable cord.
I think I have one of those! I know right where it is! I got a whole box of cords! Look! I know I've got one in here! I know I've got one in here somewhere! There's gotta be one in here! Is that it? That's not it. That's not it. I got one! I got one!
Here you go, I got the cable for you.
Thank you, I really needed this.
No big deal, it's right on my workbench.